Rich is speaking, and we've got Melvin speaking. Where's Rich go?
Right.
There you. Who wants to go? Rich is up next. Rich is. Oh no, Rich, come up. Come on up. Because Melvin will tie it all together for us. Because as parents, what do we want in the end? We want our kids to have successful lives. And probably, I know it's going to be interesting in a second, but there's nobody who's spoken to more Georgians about doing that than Melvin, having successful lives, having meaningful work across the state. This is Rich. Rich Thompson is probably the first person I ever met in my education about education in the state of Georgia. I showed up as the mother. I have 3 children, and they're in 5th, 3rd, and 1st grade now. This was when my oldest was 3 years old. So when she was in 3rd grade preschool, I thought, I wonder what's going to happen when she goes to kindergarten. And then I started peeling back the layers, and I became very angry with what I found. And so I started contacting people. I started contacting Eric Johnson. I came down for a committee meeting, and there I met Rich. And he was a dad, as mad as I was. And so we testified before a Senate Education Committee hearing, and we've been close friends ever since and partners in reforming education in Georgia. And he really activates the dads in the community. So thanks for coming, and please share your perspective.
Well, thank you, Nancy. And really, I'm going to be brief because I'm just here to just thank this lady for being a firecracker for education reform in Georgia. And I'm so glad that we had an opportunity to meet several years ago, because we came to a common agreement that 3 things need to happen in Georgia in order for our kids to be successful. 1, they need to have more academic rigor, bar none. The second is we need to hold school boards and all other elected officials fiscally accountable for all the taxpayers' money. And the third thing, simple and foremost, is we need to preserve local control at the most genuine level, which for me is the kitchen table. Local control is an issue that I think we've let get completely out of whack in the last 2 to 3 years, talking amongst ourselves in the legislature. Local control to me means moms and dads sitting across the table making decisions in the best interest of their children. That's how we met, and I think that's how we need to take the ball forward. Now, I will say, when it comes to academic rigor, I'm one of those people who tend to disagree that Common Core may be the best option for us. As a board member of a public charter school and on the advisory committee of another public charter school, I can clearly tell you that we've sat down and had to make some adjustments in our curriculum in order to come in line with Common Core. And we actually ratcheted things down, not up. So while it may overall bring some schools up, it doesn't necessarily bring all the high-performing schools up to the level that they need to do. Because if your school is already focusing on a high-performing level based upon the interests of the parents who are sitting on the governing board of that school, well then we need to put those people in a position so that they can continue to take it to the next level. I'm an advocate of not always focusing on closing the gap, but focusing on raising the bar. And I'm so excited that the folks in Druid Hills are doing just that, because they realize that locally they want to do something different. And just being, along with everybody else and saying that, hey, we have one of the best, they want it to be one of the best in the state, one of the best in the country. And the way to do that is through genuine local control. So I thank you all for being here. Thank you for sharing the concern as I to make sure that Georgia is the great place to live and a great place to have kids, but more importantly, we're a great place to lead the nation in education reform. So thank you, Nancy, for all that you do.
Thank you. So I love that line, not closing the gap, raising the bar. I'm going to take that line away. That is a great line. Thank you for giving that. We will now steal it. So we'll go for it. But that's so true. I always say when you're focusing on the gap, you're really missing the problem. And so, you could be doing that, or do you want to do that? Okay, the gap's bigger, but we've raised it for everybody. So raise the bar. Let's not talk about the gap. Not that there aren't real issues there, but I think that if you raise the bar for all children, we'll be better off. And I share your concern about Common Core. I am concerned that it's brought to us by the same people that brought to us adequate yearly progress. So we want our children to be adequate, And that's not what I want for your children or my children. I want them to be, as I say, just terrific. So